All right, good afternoon and welcome to today's class. We are going to continue our indices. We are going to explore another part of it. Just like we know, indices actually has so many areas. You have so many areas to really explore as long as the topic indices is concerned. All right. I will also say again, kindly go back and watch the previous videos. Watch and watch and watch and watch and watch and watch until it sinks. Is that okay? That's good. So today let's consider exponential function. Exponential function. Okay. All the while we have been having a case whereby just having like a base and an index where both will actually be numbers. Let's say things like this, and just say I have 2 power 3. Is that okay? And so on and so forth. But in an exponential function, we want to like focus on it now. Probably must have touched it in one way, but let's have it as a topic. Let's treat it as a topic. Is that okay? Good. Now, what is actually an exponential function? When an unknown is the index or power of a function, then it is an exponential function. I repeat, when an unknown is the index or power of a function, then it is an exponential function. Is that okay? Now, I give this as an example. Let me just say I put something like this, 3 power x to be equal to 9. It's an example of exponential function. Yes, the unknown can also be at the base anyways. Remember, this is the base, this is the power. Is that okay? The unknown can also be at the base, all right? But the main thing is that there is still an unknown in that place. And in most cases, functions under these exponential functions can only be solved if both sides can be expressed in the same base. If both sides here and here can be expressed in the same base. Is that okay? That becomes the easiest way or the best approach to tackle exponential function. I repeat, such equation can only be solved if both sides can be expressed in the same base. Is that okay? Let's take a few examples for today. Maybe tomorrow we can just have another example that actually more advanced than today's own. Let's go. Let's say example 1. Example 1. Let's say evaluate 2 power x equal to 8. Is that okay? Now, as simple as that, the best thing to do is to actually express this side and this side to have the same base. Already 2 is a base here. So that means we expect that you have another 2 here as a base raised to a particular power that will give us 8. Is that okay? Now, solution goes this way. Let me say I have 2 power x is equal to 8. This implies that 2 power x. First of all, put 2 at this side. Now ask yourself, to what power will 2 be raised to become 8? That is 3. That is 2 times 2 times 2. That is 8. Is that okay? Which is 2 power 3. At this point, you remove the bases. We are left with x is equal to 3. As simple as that. Example 2, x power 1 over 3, is that okay, is equal to 3. Now, your plan now is to remove this power here and have the value of x, as simple as that. Now, to do that, you multiply the powers by 3. Remember, this 3 is more like saying 3 power 1. Is that okay? So multiply both powers by 3. So we have x power 1 over 3, all right, times 3 is equal to 3. Now this 3 here has 1 as its power, so times 3. I will continue. 1 over 3 times 3, which is, let's do a rough work here. 1 over 3 times 3. That means 3 cancel 3. I have 1 here, 1. Therefore, 1 times 1 is 1. That means I have x power 1 is equal to 1 times 3 is 3. So 3 power 3. Remember, anything to power 1 is that thing again. So x power 1 is x is equal to 3 power 3, which is something I'm saying 3 times 3 times 3. That is 27. X is equal to 27. Is that all right? Now the third one, we are ascending gradually. Third one says 27 power x plus 2 is equal to 9 power 2x. Remember, our aim is to make both sides to have the same base. Is that okay? Now, at this point, how do I express this to the lowest base and have something at this part too? First of all, I will ask myself, what recurrent number will give me 27? That is 3. We multiply 3 into 3 places. That's 27 here now. Then I'm going to have 3 power 3. Now multiplying x plus 2. Is that okay? Is equal to, now since I should have the same base here, there's no point to think about what 9 will be. Simply write 3 first of all. Now ask yourself, to what power with 3 give me 9? To what power with 3 give me 9? That is power 2. 2x. Is that okay? Now open your brackets. 3 times x is 3x. Is that okay? Plus 3 times 2 is 6 is equal to 2 times 2x is 4x. So the 3 goes. We are left with 3x plus 6 on the left hand side is equal to 4x. When we collect like terms, we are going to have 3x, this one comes over, it becomes minus 4x, is that okay? Is equal to, the constant moves, it becomes minus 6 because here it is plus 6. So 3x minus 4x is minus x, equal to minus 6. At this point, to get my x, I'll divide both sides with minus 1, which is the coefficient of this minus s here. This minus s here has minus 1 as its coefficient. So minus cancel minus, that's plus. 1 divided x is x. Minus cancel minus is plus. 1 divided 6, we have 6. Therefore, x is equal to 6. Alright, that is that on today's class. Kindly watch it gently. In case you have any question, please do well to drop it and get your answers to that. Thank you very much.